The best ways to deal with hardships as a Muslim is to have patience, rely on God, and be positive. Every hardship, every difficulty is meant to teach you something. If the hardship makes you closer to Allah, it's a blessing. If the hardship takes you away from Allah and makes you more disobedient, that's a punishment. There's many ways you can be patient. One way you can be patient is to slowly be calm. Think at the end of this hardship, it's going to get better. God's going to help out. God may be testing you with your patience. He may be testing you within the hardship, how you're going to handle it. The best of the creation was Muhammad, the messenger. His character showed patience when people were against him, when people used to oppress him, when people used to say such and such in front of his face. He stayed patient, and at the end of the day, most of them became Muslims. Having patience is actually rewarded, as the Quran states in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 153. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. The way you can have patience is reflect on the other prophets, how they lived. Prophet Ayub had a lot of patience. Prophet Muhammad's uncle died, his wife died, a lot of his companions died, but he stayed patient. So if you look at it this way, if prophets were being tested and prophets were tested with patience and hardships and their lives are way harder than ours, then why should you be scared? Why should you be afraid of these hardships and problems? If you know that even prophets sent by God, they were tested with the hardest of the hardest issues and problems. Second, rely on God. Having the knowledge that God is all-knowing, He can do anything. He has all these different attributes. Then why should you be afraid knowing He's in control of your life? You have tawakkul, meaning trust in God. Only then you will have the confidence to deal with such things with patience. The Quran states in Surah Al-Imran, verse 159, when you have decided, then rely upon Allah. Indeed, Allah loves those who rely upon Him, who could rely on God through prayer and dua. Seek help through these things. Seek help through fasting. Just realize that every hardship is an opportunity to you to get a stronger connection with God. Third, remaining positive or staying positive. Way of staying positive is to realize that this world is not for us as Muslims. This world is just a test and an opportunity for us to get into heaven. And if we fail, we're going to hell. The Quran states in Surah 94, Surah Ash-Shar, verse 5 to 6, for indeed with hardship comes ease. This verse emphasizes on the fact that throughout every difficulty, slowly, at the end of the dark, there will be light. Knowing this, why don't you just let Allah control everything and you just sit back and watch how He plays out and try to learn as much as possible. Try to be as positive as possible. Prophet Muhammad's lifetime, whichever hardship there was, whichever problems they faced, he still remained positive, steadfast throughout it all. If you acknowledge the fact that God created all this planet, all this creation, He's created all these different things for us to benefit from, the water, the mountains, the body, the organs, the way it works, everything, the beauty of the universe. You should always remain positive, as these are signs from God. And if you're staying positive throughout it all, you will prevent yourself from becoming sad and depressed, which leads to drugs and alcohol and bad negative things that may affect you in a wrong way and turn you away from Allah. Try to rely on human beings as less as possible when in these hardships and sadness, as they may fail you, they may disappoint you, they may not meet your expectations to satisfy your needs when you're sad. Only give your heart to the one who created the heart, not to others to break it. You should try to avoid that from the root cause by staying positive no matter what. Hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot. Make sure to subscribe.